Let's boot up this Hackintosh. There it goes. Hey guys, this is Sean and this is my Hackintosh. This is my first ever Hackintosh build. And let's take a look at it boot up, and I'll kind of walk you through my build here. And at the very end, we'll do a Geekbench to kind of see where we're at and how much it cost me and how it compares to a current Mac Pro. Thanks for watching. So let's take a look at some parts here. I'll start off with the board. The board is MSI B450. It's a relatively cheap board for this Hackintosh. It's about $100. On top is the Ryzen 3900x, 12 core, 24 thread. It's a beast, roughly around 450. Yeah, it's 450 right now. Some Corsair 3200, 32 gigs, 16 gigs each. So 2 slots there. A Sapphire RX 580 card, 8 gigs, and I think that's pretty much it. And I have a NVMe drive, which is a 1 terabyte. Oh, and then the power supply is a Corsair small form factor 600. And so, again, just to recap, the Sabrent NVMe 1 terabyte, Corsair SF600, RX 580, 8 gig. The Vengeance 3200, 32 gigs, 2 sticks of 16 each, and then the most expensive thing is the processor, 3900, 12 core, 24 thread. And so this is all booted up. This is my first Hackintosh, and so I'm just trying to learn everything. But yeah, it took me a little time to figure out what parts I wanted. And then it took me a little time for the parts to get here just because of COVID-19. Some of the parts that I wanted, like I don't have a case yet because the case that I want is not available, so I'll have to wait probably another month or two. But here it is, it's running, and I think most people want to do a benchmark, and so let's go to Geekbench. Just a minute. Geekbench 5, let's take a look at the scores. And so single core I'm at 1334, multi-core I'm at 12282. So if we take a look at the single core, what I have right now, the 3900, is better than what Apple has out there right now with the i9-9900K at 1244. And so currently my processor is better than anything else Apple carries right now at the single core level. At the multi-core level, I'm right between the Mac Pro late 2019 with the 12 core and the iMac Pro 2017 with the 18 core. And so it's probably not fair to compare it to something about 3 years old. So let's take a look at the price of a Mac Pro 2019 12 core. And we're just going to go to Apple's site and then click on Mac Pro. And then pretend we're gonna buy one. If I could afford one, I would buy one, but because I can't afford one like most of you guys out there, I built my own. And so let's kick it up to 12 core and then 1 terabyte of SSD. I have a NVMe drive, and look at the price. So $7,400 for this beautiful machine. Most of us can't afford it, and so that's why we have to go out and do this kind of Hackintosh thingamajig. My system right now without the case is right around $1,100. The board is about $100. The power supply is about $100. The video card is $200. CPU is about $500. And NVMe is about $100 something. And so I don't know what that adds up to, but it's roughly about $1,100 and $1,200 at the end of the day to get a machine that can compete with what currently has out there. It's not as pretty, but it does the job, and mainly what I'm using this for is to edit videos for home and also for fun. And so a lot of people don't talk about what doesn't work on a Hackintosh. You're never going to be able to get 100% of everything working, and that's why it's called a Hackintosh. And so one thing that's not working for me right now is iMessage. For some reason, regardless of how many times I generate an serial number and the other numbers that I need to for iMessage, it does not work for me. It's supposed to work, but it doesn't work. One thing that does work is if I wanted to use this machine to launch a VDI session for my work stuff, I can. I was kind of surprised. I was also kind of surprised that I can do Apple AirPlay, and so I hit the AirPlay to my Apple TV and I can play it, and that was kind of cool. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that. I did this with OpenCore. I used somebody else's files, and I did this. It wasn't super complex, but it wasn't easy either, and so it took a lot of time for parts to arrive with the whole COVID-19 and everything else. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Thanks.